Hello everyone, this is Olive Branch and welcome back to another Shogun 2 Total War Follow the Samurai video. As you can already tell, this is not going to be just a battle replay because I've begun playing again. It's also an exploration of my current army setup, general trait tree, and retainer set. Later on in this video I will show two videos, one a battle replay of when I was a level 7 gold, and one live showing my current army setup, hopefully with me winning. The reason for this video was because as of late, after promoting myself to gold, after being rank 10 silver, I tried going to a Bushido route that was a little more line infantry oriented, and for a large army, I should say. And I have found a lot of success with it, so much so that I've literally only lost 3 battles out of the many countless dozens I have played, getting to this level so far. 3 battles, guys. 1 getting back into this game, 1 fighting a guy who kited me a little bit effectively and I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, and 1 against a player who was a little bit below my level, but he had a very similar army to mine. So before I show off the army, I want to show off my current general's skill tree. This is not going to be a comment on what I think about the trees, because this is really just describing my playstyle. I really like the Bushido tree. In a previous video I showed how the Bushido tree I feel is very strong right now. And on my way to 10, once again, I am going Bushido. But I wanted to give a little bit of explanation as to why did I choose Bushido. Why not gunpowder or command? Well, for starters, gunpowder only affects line infantry, and line infantry in this game, while they're pretty good, are not actually the best units around. Command tree, I've never played a command general before. I've only used a command tree to get flagship armor, to conquer the sea regions, and then never again. And Bushido just gives me the most options with my current playstyle. Just because it has a couple of very good secret weapons I'll get into detail in a little bit. So, the first point you can see here has gone into Enable Gun for the gunpowder mastery. Until I'm level 10, I'm going to be using this gun for self-defense, and it's just very effective when if I get match made against a lower ranked player and I'm forced to use every single bullet I've got. The rest of my points go into Bushido. Of course, a point in charge to get things started, and then I have 1 in speed, 1 in melee attack, 2 in defense, in order to unlock Second Wind. Second Wind is the big unlocker for Bushido, and you really should not ignore it because, first of all, it opens these 4 skills. Second of all, it's just a pretty nifty skill to use, I guess, if you like running your soldiers ragged. But in any case, Second Wind unlocks these 4 skills: Double Time Cavalry, Double Time Infantry, which gives melee and non-gunpowder units a speed boost and a fatigue resistance bonus, and these unlock the secret weapons of Bushido: Cavalry Capture and Cooperative Capture. Cavalry Capture allows melee cavalry units to capture key buildings without dismounting. In other words, dojos. For some reason, this involves bow key as well. So if you love for some reason horse archers, this skill actually works with them. I think it's bugged. Cooperative Capture is the jam to Cavalry Capture's peanut butter, because it allows up to 3 units in a key building's radius to combine to speed up the rate of capture, roughly to the same amount as rapid capture for land in command. Cooperative Capture is extremely powerful because if you like to go heavy on the melee cavalry, as I do, these 2 skills allow you to set the tone of the battle early on, capture a building you want before your lines even clash, and then you have a very big advantage over your enemy. I'll get into that into more detail when I play a replay and a live battle. The other 2 points go into Bushido Morale and Bushido Charge, just to increase the morale of my my traditional units and increase the charge bonus of my swords and my cavalry. And I put 2 points in melee defense early to get 2 points in armor in order to get Last Man Standing later on. Last Man Standing, I think, is a very useful and a very good fuck you ability to people who like to use bombardment or try to snipe off your general, because it will leave your avatar always as the last man in his unit to die. So it's very good to avoid any early deaths. Eventually I will unlock Banzai after another point in melee attack is put, and when I'm level 10, this gun will go away in order to get Heroic Assault. In any case, the army. As you can see here, my general is not yet level 10, and I have built this army under the assumption that at level 10, my general costs $1,800, or 1,800 koku, I should say. So that's why the value here is a bit lower. The army I will use at level 10 will involve this: 3 white bears, 2 black bears, 1 katanakachi, 3 shogitai, 4 yariki, and 1 shogunate guard cavalry. As you can see, there are only 4 veterans in in this build, and these are the yariki. They have 2 attack each, nothing else. My reasoning for this build is that I wanted a cost-effective and yet still strong enough army. Unlike the vanilla Shogun 2, really the only units you really need to upgrade would be melee cavalry. The line infantry is very effective as it is. I mean, guns kill guys in one shot, and most of them have good enough accuracy to do that. And Katanakachi and Shogitai have such good attack already that it's not really... I feel it's not really necessary to upgrade attack on them unless you're going to go full out melee and you're going to be facing a guy who also likes to use a lot of melee units. So I kept my armies pretty much vanilla in order to save money and to just have a lot of them. So what's the reasoning behind this? Well, these 5 line infantries, the black bears and the white bears, they are medium line infantry. They're not as good as the Marines or the Vermilion Birds or the elite infantry, but they do have a respectable reload skill and accuracy, and they have decent morale to go along with it. The Shogitai are the real stars of the show here when it comes to foot soldiery. Their morale, attack, and charge is just amazing for their price. Katanakachi are not much better, and the only reason I picked them is because I didn't want another line infantry when I become level 10. I've been playing around with a Kisho Ninja instead of Akachi. As you can see, I hit close to the value because I do have another black bear as well. But, just 5, I think 5 line infantry is a sweet spot number when you rely so much on melee power. These guys will close in the ranks and slice the enemy to bits. Which brings me to the secret stars of the show, I should say. If these guys are the stars of the foot infantry, these guys are the base of my army. They literally will win me or lose me matches depending on how I perform. Just look at the stats. I mean, Yariki, for their price, vanilla, they're already pretty ridiculous. They're so much better than the Shogun 2 cavalry, it's not even funny. But stick 2 attack upgrades on them, and they jump from 10 to 16 attack. The only reason you see 12 and 18 here is because I'm carrying practice grounds, so subtract 2 points from this. This is ridiculous. I mean, a regular, even the best Marine, which would be the United States Marines, has 13 attack and 8 defense. This cavalry, for a price of 790 koku with 2 veterans, is better than that. Their defense is not as good, but it doesn't matter because their attack is just ridiculously high. Shogunate Guard Cavalry has 16 attack as a base. The reason I included one of these guys here is because I couldn't stick another Yariki. Really, that's it. I mean, I wish I could have another couple Yariki here, but as it is, I have to deal with Shogunate Guard Cavalry, which isn't so bad considering they have the aura radius. And this very strong cavalry force will beat any other cavalry I come across, even if it's Yarikis that are even better than mine, because I have the quote-unquote general cavalry here, and these guys have such high attack that they will really deliver a nasty blow for a pretty low price. So, what is the point behind all this? Well, you'll have to see it in action, but basically, I use my cavalry as an early rush, capture the dojo unit, as a group, and these guys follow behind, and they are the stars of the show. The Shogitai and the Katana will rush forward, attempt to engage in melee, covering the bears, who start shooting up everything that moves. After that's done, really at the end of every battle, my cavalry has done the heavy lifting. My Shogitai will be completely decimated with tons of kills, but my infantry will pretty much be completely untouched. My line infantry will get some kills, but they're really only there to push the enemy over the edge. Speaking of pushing the enemy over the edge, I wanted to show you my retainers. My retainers are Blade Master, which I unlocked, Yabibushi Guide, which gives me reduced fatigue gain and lowered speed penalties in crossing rough terrain, which is really good when you're trying to rush around. Practice Grounds, which makes my cavalry extremely powerful, plus 2 melee attack is nothing to sneeze at. And Flogging Officer, which gives enemy light infantry a -1 morale penalty. These three retainers, unfortunately, are all unlockable. Were I forced to play with the given retainers, I would probably use Bandit Horse Thieves and maybe Livestock Pestilence. But if you're lucky enough to have Blade Master, Flogging Officer, and Yamabushi Guide, and you want to try out this build, I guarantee that your swords will be unmatched for a very low price. This guy will just completely annihilate any enemy lines that you have. Practice Grounds will make your cavalry ridiculously strong, and Yamabushi Guide is just the icing on the cake for rushing them around like the rusher you will be, basically. So in any case, I'm gonna cut now to a replay of a game I did against a rank 10 Emerald player from Shogun Patade, just to show you even how a close match can actually turn out in your advantage if you're using this Bushido hybrid build. I will see you in a little bit. Alright everyone, like the replay I promised, this here is Chubu Pass. I'm facing off against Shidoku from Shogun Patade. I'm not going to badmouth Shidoku, but I will badmouth Shogun Patade because I don't like that clan. They seem to have a bunch of pretty much drama queens. They always brag about drop hacking, and they love just alt F4ing out of games. In general, I find them a little bit displeasing. But Shidoku, to his credit, stuck to some of the end. He did alt F4 at the end of this replay. But you'll have to see why he did that, because I thought this battle was going pretty closely, all things considered. Alright, so let me pause here really fast just to show you the setup and what's going down. I was lucky enough to spawn with a shrine near me, which is always a bonus. I think the shrine is one of the best buildings available. The workshop is in the center, and maybe he thought he was getting lucky by getting the Archery Dojo on his side. As you can see, he's pretty heavy on the good infantry here, and he does have some scary cavalry, but after he sees my army setup, he's going to want to get this Archery Dojo to output his fire. A quick look over our armies. Since I was level 7 at this point, I did have a slightly different army from what I had shown in the army setup. I have 4 Ariki, as promised, with 2 attack each. As you can see from the tooltip, they do have that +1 morale and +5 charge bonus on the Bushido skills. And the Shogunate Guard Cavalry, which is also benefiting. I was carrying the same retainers I'm carrying now. That is, Flogging Officer, Yamabushi Guide, Blade Master, and Practice Grounds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 White Bear Infantry. No Black Bears because I brought a couple of extra special units with me. 3 Shogitai. And 2 Saber Cavalry. I brought Saber Cavalry because I felt, well, I've just promoted. I do want to try out some Sabers for my veterans. I did get him to level 9. I haven't stuck any points on them yet. What about my enemy? He has got a rank 5 Yariki. And this is really scary. He's got 1 morale. Looks like a 4 attack. Or something like that. I don't know. 21 attack is really high. He must have like 3 attack on him or something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe 3 attack and 2 defense. A level 3 Yariki. And there's some more hidden in the forest over here. He's got 1, 2 Marines, both of course with 150 range. White Bear Infantry with 150 range. 125 range, 2 more, 1 Black Bear, 1 White Bear. Here's the other Yariki. Level 5 and a level 1 Yariki. And an extra Black Bear hidden over here. So he's definitely going heavy on the long distance and powerful cavalry. Unfortunately for him, I pretty much matched that myself. So I'm going to hit play here. As you can see, I move my cavalry as a group. I always stick them in group 2. I figure that group 2 is effective because I can just toggle between group 1, my main army, deployed with lines in front, swords in the center, general in the rear, and my cavalry all in group 2 so they can move as one big chunk. He's gonna get set up over here because he wants the height advantage. He's dismounting one of his cavalries here. You're gonna see it pretty soon. Because he's got rapid capture land, he's a command general with bombardment. Look at that flag go up. It's going up so damn fast. But mine is also going up pretty damn fast, and the shrine is mine. At this point, I'm just rearranging here. I did bring out my 2 saber cavalries to cap the workshop if possible. And I just moving up forward because I realize he's got 150 range units. I cannot afford to sit back and let him plink me with it. But I've got the shrine, so my units have really high morale right now. The Shogitai have 16, which is ridiculous. I'm messing around with my horses a little bit, rearranging my units, getting everything set up. He's also rearranging his. I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. Alright, at this point, I say, fuck you and your 150 range. You got you guys vertical. I'm just going to attack as soon as possible. Just rush it. My cavalry is going over here to try to get some flanking action going. And I do get lucky. I already told each one of my white bears to attack one of his different units. I do not expect to win this engagement, I just want to weaken them. He's responding with his cavalry very nicely, I think. And I'm going to get lucky. These white bears are going to get some shots off on the Royal Marines over here. And he's... yeah, there we go. Look at that nice broadside. 15 guys shot in one go. And these 150 range units also get some shots off. I'm sending my saber cavalries forward. I'm kind of wasting them on a charge here, I admit. Saber cavalries are slow as fuck, but I wanted to give my time for my Shogitai and other lines to get into position.
Naval bombardment threatens your troops.
I did not see this happen, by the way. This naval bombardment completely fucks me up, and I didn't even notice it, if you'll believe it. I'm pulling these Shogitai back. I don't know what I was thinking there, probably because trying to get my lines in command here. My cavalry is fucking his up. My Shogitai are moving in close. These are rearranging because I want to get a nice half-moon crescent here. And his cavalry is pinning mine down, and he's rearranging his troops. One of my Shogitai has crossed swords, and these black bears are just going down. Along with these white bears shooting them in the back. And there comes the bombardment.
Lily-livered cowards! Your men are running.
Well, like I was saying, with these white bears shooting them in the back, these black bears are gone, and so are these. And they're getting suppressive fired, so... I finally hit rally. These Shogitai are running as much as possible. They have about a 17 morale right now. And these Shogitai are already red, but soon these cavalries will join them. As you can see, he's kind of I don't know what he's trying to rearrange here. He's not controlling the Archery Dojo.
Naval bombardment, sir.
Another one I did not notice, by the way. But I'm splitting up my Shogitai here. I just want to open it up. They're taking fire and leaving my line infantry to do as they will. These Shogitai have broken, but these cavalries are ready to go. And my lines are shooting his. And I think this battle replay may have been corrupted. I don't recall those Shogitai running. Oh, no, maybe not. Whatever. In either case, my cavalry is completely okay, and they're coming down to lay down to smack it down. These Shogitai may be getting routed, but that's not a big deal. My lines are ready, they're blasting. The cavalry is coming around the bend, and boom! I've got a gigantic advantage over here. These cavalries can lock down his line infantries, and my line infantry can shoot his own. It's over for him right now, really. And it's at this point that he rages. So, what did I do wrong here? Well, first of all, I totally did not even realize the artillery barrage. And second of all, I kind of dropped the boat by drawing that Shogitai back. I really should have kept those white infantry here, the white bears getting killed, move my units around, and more thoroughly smash them from the side. My cavalry did that very soundly. Look at these numbers. And that's what made him rage, basically, because my cavalry could have just destroyed his marines without a problem. In any case, this has been the battle replay showing off the battle here. We're going to go on to a live commentary now. I'll see you there. Alright, here we are for the live battle. I'm filing Han LJR Notoriety. He is a member of the Han clan. He is a level 9 Emerald player. And I am a level 8 Gold player. Alright, here we go. He's got the Bandit Horse Thieves, the Flogging Officer, and the Shinobi Informer. Now, Shinobi Informer, I have some issues with. I think it's a waste of a retainer. Because unless you're packing heat with the artillery, which this guy may just be doing, you're just wasting a slot when, after about 5 seconds of setup time, you're going to see your enemy's army anyway. And, you know, I find that the Shinobi Informer can be used to buff up your units. This slot could be used to buff your units instead of just peeking at the enemy's setup before you start yours. I mean, yeah, you could make the argument that knowledge is power and that you can set up your army according to what your enemy has brought, but at that point it's too late. It's all about deployment. So I really don't understand the reason behind it. I'm just putting my cavalry here in the woods in order to hide it from him. Just so, you know, sneaking. Bandit Horse Thieves I really don't mind. I mean, -5 charge bonus is not so bad. And the Flogging Officer, of course, that's the only really annoying retainer he has brought. So here's usually how I set up. Since I'm a level 8 right now, I can afford to be a little bit more extravagant with my bear choice. I got 3 black bears and 2 white bears. I brought my 3 Shogitai, and my general is going to be right here. Here's the basic setup. Lines in front, Shogitai in the center, general in the rear, and I make that into group 1. My cavalry, I try to set it up like this with the Shogunate Guard in the center because he gives the warrior bonus. They are going to be group 2, an unlocked group formation, because that allows me to mess with their group at will. And I got my ninjas here. The ninjas, I'm just trying to level some veterans up. I just find them amusing. It's always kind of fun to just rush them from the side and crush a high-level marine or something with a nice, juicy stealth charge. In any case, what am I going to do? Well, he's already hit start, so I'm going to do a fast reveal. But I'm going to deploy my cavalry here, rush for the Archery Dojo to claim it, and try to stealth walk the ninjas over to the workshop to claim that. I'm not going to go for the farmhouse. So let's do it. I'm going to put it here, start, and deploy fast. Now, for some reason, he's deployed all the way over there. Not a big deal for me. Just going to walk my troops over here. Run them, actually. He has brought 150 range. 150 range. 150 range. 150 range. Wow, that is a lot of 150 range units. Believe it or not, I'm not frightened of this because, oh dear, but I am frightened of that. Where did these guys come from? But I'm not frightened of 150 range units because, fuck, my Shogitai are going to rush in anyway, and my line infantry is just there to act as a sort of a bullet shield for them. So I definitely want to capture this first, and if he's foolish enough to try to rush me, I'm going to just rush him right the hell up. If he thinks I'm going to sit here and let a chance to charge his cavalry pass, he's wrong. Get your fucking general away from here. Okay, good. Well, I captured the Cav Dojo. That's the Archery Dojo. That's always good. He's redeploying some of his units now, while I'm deploying mine. I'm already going to tell my units to go ahead and fire. I don't know what this unit is doing, to be honest. He's not going to get much of an advantage out of this. I'm just telling everybody here to attack. I'm not going to waste time here. I'm going to go for a full-scale attack while he's setting up. God, I'm missing the charge here. Notice this, notice this. I don't even give no fucks, and I don't know what... Yeah, I do give a fuck that these guys are not moving anywhere. Come on, what the hell, guys? Well, this is gonna go to shit quickly. Well, that went to shit, but my cavalry here is in the center, destroying his Imperial infantry. And these guns are gonna get a nice, juicy target. My ninjas are done, so better rush him over there. He's rushing his units back, which is not a bad idea, but it will cost him.
Damned lily-livered cowards! Your men are running, sir!
It's all rush all the time with this general here. My ninjas have been revealed, and guess what? I don't give a fuck. Just wiping out as many people as I can with the Shogitai before they shatter.
Damned lily-livered cowards! Your men are running, sir!
Think I care? I don't. Oh dear, but the fact that... Oh, the fact he's beaten my...
Your general is under attack!
I want to back my general out of there ASAP. That's right, retreat you goddamn little infantries. There's a nice little bit of crossfire going on here. And my ninjas just gave up the ghost.
General, look! Their allies run!
Ah, he fired off. Perfect, here we go. Mass wavering, that's what I like to see.
Over the enemy!
Good game, that was a hard fought battle. He did very well considering I had the Archery Dojo and the workshop. Very nice pulling back. Han LJ Notoriety, good job. You made me sweat a little bit there. And it was quite a costly victory. Let's check out the stats. So what went wrong over there? Well, I actually misinterpreted his intentions and I fucked up the charge on my cavalry really badly. As you noticed, I was clicking a little bit behind the enemy's cavalry, not telling them to charge into it, and that cost me my cavalry. I did damage his pretty nicely though, and my Shogitai did do their job. He was intelligent with the rapid fire, the suppressive fire, pulling back, etc. But unfortunately for him, you know, the Archery Dojo and the workshop just gave my Shogitai way too much power. So let's skip all this summary, I don't care about that. Statistics, or results. Wow. It was a pretty even battle, all things considered, considering he deployed less than me. But I did kill more than he did. And statistics, we love statistics. As I mentioned, my Shogitai did the heavy lifting here. They always do the heavy lifting. With some infantry, the bears really don't always do this much damage, but considering the closeness of this battle, they pulled through. My cavalry did terribly this time around, and my ninjas even worse. Like I said, one infantry didn't even get anything. I'm trying to level veterans right now. I mean, if I didn't want this guy, I could use those 1090 Koku to something else, but as you noticed, they really didn't do much except kind of harass the enemy and conquer the workshop, which maybe didn't do much because by that point all my keys had just completely been racked. His Marines did very well, at least the United States, the infantry not so much. His general did quite a bit of damage, and his Yariki performed much better than mine. But these Imperial infantries were gone. Look at that. All of them destroyed and only 19 left. I think that was my Shogunate Guard showing them who's boss. All in all, a pretty close-up battle, but I hope you have appreciated the power of just 5 line infantry, 3 Shogitai, and 5 heavy-ass cavalry for cheap, with a little bit of extra Kisho there for power, for flavor. If you're level 10 and you're looking for a new experience, you know, you're tired of the old lines, give this build a go with the swords, 5 lines, 5 cavalry, and I guarantee you'll have some fun rushing some guys, alright? Anyway, this has been Olive Branch. I'll catch you all next time. See you later.